Hi, and welcome to Watch It Played. My name is Rodney Smith, and in this video, we're going to learn the 3 to 8 player game Qork, designed by Birger Norup and published by The Op, who helped sponsor this video. It may have a quirky name, but don't let that fool you. You'll need to be fast and know how to pull out a fake-out or two if you want to win. So, join me at the table, and let's learn how to play. To set up, have each person write their name on this score sheet, and we'll assume that we have 4 players in this video. Assign one person to be what is known as the cupper. That player collects one of these play mats, 2 dice, and this cup. Now put this other mat in the center of the play area, and have each other person take one of these corks. They each put the cork end on the mat while holding its string in their other hand. All of these players are known as the corkers. So that's one cupper and the rest as corkers. And that's the setup. In Qork, players will take turns being the cupper who rolls the dice, trying to get doubles or a total value of 7. When they do, they slam their cup down and try to capture the corks, while the corkers quickly try to escape by yanking their strings to pull their corks out of the way. When you fail at your goal, either capturing or escaping, you gain points, and the player with the least points at the end of the game will win. To see how this all works, let's go back to the table and I'll explain the details. To begin, the cupper puts both dice into their cup, shakes them, and then drops the cup onto their mat, keeping the dice inside. Then they quickly lift the cup straight up and reveal the dice. If the values on top are doubles, like this, or their total value is 7, like this, the cupper immediately tries to capture the corks on the other playmat by slamming their cup onto it. Now, at the same time, the corkers will yank on their strings to try to get their corks out of the way. In the end, some, or all, or none of the corkers will get trapped, and based on the outcome, players will gain points. And remember, you do not want points. So let me set up a couple of examples and explain how the scoring works. Each corker who was caught in the cup on a roll of a double or a 7 gains 1 point. So here, each of these 2 players get 1 point. The cupper gains a point if they didn't manage to capture any of the corkers at all on a roll of 7 or doubles. So in a case like this, they would gain a point. That said, even if the dice do not show a double or a total value of 7, players could still gain points. Let's assume the cupper rolled a 5. If they misread the values and slammed their cup down onto the mat in this case, the cupper gains 1 point because they should not have slammed their cup down. However, the cupper is allowed to be a bit devious. They can act like they're going to slam the cup down after a roll, even if it does not show doubles or a 7, in the hopes of tricking the corkers into yanking their corks off the mat when they shouldn't. As long as the cupper doesn't touch the mat, this counts as a fake-out. Any corker who pulls their cork off the mat when the dice are not showing doubles or a value of 7 will then gain 1 point. After the cupper has rolled, if they did not get doubles or a 7, all corkers make sure their corks are on the mat, which means if anyone pulled theirs away when they shouldn't have, after they take a point, they then put their corks back. Then the cupper gathers up the dice and rolls again and reveals the next results. The cupper will keep doing this, maybe trying to fake out the other players here and there, until eventually they roll doubles or a 7, forcing them to slam their cup down. After any points are scored from that, the cup is then passed to the next player clockwise, and the previous cupper takes their cork and becomes a corker. In this way, the player being the cupper will change after every time a doubles or 7 is rolled. Turns will continue like this until a player reaches 15 points, or 10 points if you want to play a shorter game. Then the player with the fewest points wins. Now, if there's a tie for fewest points, only those tied players will take corks, and then any one other player will play as the cupper. You then keep playing, eliminating anyone who gains a point. If all the remaining players gain a point at the same time, they go again until only one of those tied players has not been eliminated, making them the winner. Of course, the cupper doesn't earn any points during those tie-breaking turns. And that's everything you need to know to play Qork. If you have any questions about anything you saw here, feel free to put them in the comments below and I'll gladly answer them as soon as I get a chance. You'll also find forums for discussion, pictures, other videos, and lots more over on the games page at Board Game Geek, and I'll put a link to that in the description below. And if you found this video helpful, please consider giving it a like, subscribing, and clicking that little bell icon so you get notification anytime we post a new video. And if you'd like to support the channel directly, you can join our Patreon team, which I'll have linked below. But until next time, thanks for watching.